Welcome to S Rank, the podcast, now hitting all sevens at the casino. On this show, we rank random things on an S through F tier list, but we don't know what's coming next, and we only get one swap. This is the most dangerous game. My name is Devin, and I'm here to create the list with Ethan.
Happy to be here. Was caught off guard, even though I said I'm ready when you are, and then you started because I went to go adjust my glasses, and then you jump scared me. So the beginning of this episode is going to be going like that, because I wanted to do this, and then be like, okay, I'm ready. I'm happy to be here. You know, last time was one. They're saying in the comments, because I read the comments. I check them every day. I'm happy to be able to report to you. People are saying, best episode we've ever had. Couldn't agree more with the S rank position. And, everything about it was just fantastic. So I'm hoping we can continue to ride this
episode, actually.
They really meant that about the last one, just because of what, we put at the S rank position. So,
I don't read the comments because, I feel like it will twist my vision of what.
Even though we ask every episode for people to rank their stuff, good to know that you don't care.
No. Yeah, so this is S Rank, the podcast. We rank 14 things, random things. We have 7 generators here. I'll go through it twice. There is one S spot, the top prize, and then we have C, our kind of middle of the road bell curve, has 3 spots. So everything else has 2. We have 14 things. We always seem to start this show with random people since our inception, and I like that because usually we know most of the people, or we get to Google them and learn something. That's what we got to do last time. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm ready. You're ready. We're all ready. You're ready, audience.
Seven randomizers gone through twice. Is the idea, and so we might be seeing some good things or some bad things a couple times, depending on my favorite 2 lists are the last 2 lists because they're one person's opinionated. I like these, and we're not gonna get anything bad from those 2 people. We vetted the idea a little bit,
right?
You know what I mean? So I'm excited. But then we get the wild card one that we're starting off with. So hit me.
Here we go.
Blackjack, hit me.
Tim McGraw.
Oh.
Pretty sure this is a country artist.
Yeah.
I'm not a big country head. I do like my twang though. In terms of in other music, a lot of the metal music, some of the metal music I like has, some of them are from the South and have a little bit in their playing style, that kind of bluegrassy sound, or in how they maybe play the guitar or whatnot. If I do listen to country though, I like more of the older stuff. If anything, then I start going to, I just want to listen to folk music.
Right.
That more pop country I'm not a big fan of. It ain't for me. I don't know if Tim McGraw fits in that category. I think that's where I've heard the name Tim McGraw is from, like, hot country.
Right.
Top 20 right now.
Yep. I have good news. Despite what many of his peers might do, and just the general profiling nature of seeing a white country music star, he endorsed Kamala during the last election. So at least he doesn't. Just based off of who he doesn't support, he might not be an awful person.
That is rare. That is rare for for them to, not be endorsing. I mean, I think some country artists, my understanding, like, don't say much, but you can pick up what they put down in the lyrics. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have heard his songs. I just don't know it because I don't know. I'm like I said, I don't. Like, maybe in passing on the radio or whatever, but I'm not like a country hater. I'm just not much a country head, if that makes sense. I do appreciate some elements of country music and where it stands historically. I think last time we always do this. We always put them at C because that's like our starting one, but this is always our first one. I feel like if we put this in a different order, unless it's something like we're really passionate about, like I could see Daily Object one, which is our third one, that can easily be C too. So, like, I don't know if it's just coincidence or not, but
well, here's the thing. because we're not big fans of the genre, why don't we put him at D? He seems like an alright guy, and he seems like he's famous enough for a quality music, perhaps. You know what I mean? And like, but is not our thing. Why don't we put him at D?
Yeah, I mean, last time this almost didn't work out, but it worked out that we've been changing it up a little bit. So let's keep that. I like that. Let's change it up again. Let's go D. We're banking on having some high stuff that we know, and then high quality random things here on out.
And last time we opened up by putting our first person in C, and we used our swap to change that. You know what I mean?
We did.
So
we did.
You know,
they did not settle there.
Exactly.
And who knows? I've said before in past episodes, like people see D and they think that means bad, and like generally yes, but like
all relative.
It's all relative. The spectrum might change. A D today might be an F in another list, or might be an A in another list.
Like
we
last
don't know
week,
where the spectrum.
Or last episode.
Last week. Yes. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I like that. Shout out to Tim McGraw. Always welcome on the show, Tim.
Yes. You know what? Yes. I will second that. Yes.
I would love to have a random be like, hey, I don't know much about
we
you,
should
but
have gotten
like, you're welcome
Streisand on the show.
Oh,
you know?
We didn't ask. Helen Keller is also invited as well from last week.
So is Haley Joel Osment, the voice of Sora, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, a lot of people are invited to the show, actually, within reason. But
not you, Andrew Cuomo. Sorry, go
on. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, he's going to be a name lost to time. All right, random object generator. Hammer.
Ooh, hammer.
Put that on screen for you folks. Hammer.
I have a hammer.
I have two hammers.
I have multiple hammers. So I was going to start talking about. I have 3, but one of them.
Okay, well I'm gonna get 2 more. One
of them is a Swiss Army hammer, which is a bad hammer because no, instead of the knife part, it's the hammer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a little one. It's a little. Oh, you're saying the whole thing?
The whole thing is the hammer.
I thought you said.
No,
I thought like, there's some
it has all of the
hammer
knives that comes out, but it's a bad hammer because picture your classic, metal hammer, your one solid piece hammer, right? You have the head at the top, you have the nail retrieving claw thing, and you have the actual hammer head. And like, where this main shaft goes up and that splits in the middle. Now imagine if in that middle it pries apart and becomes pliers. But then that makes the hammer's core really weak because it's actually much thinner where it actually matters.
It might be just
it's
an
a novelty
thing,
it's
rather.
A novelty.
Yeah, it's a novelty.
I've never used it as a hammer.
2 hammers. I got a hammer with this table, this desk that the computer sits on, because I got a new desk when I moved here, and it came with a hammer. And it's like it's an IKEA color. It's not from IKEA, by the way, but it's IKEA color. It's blue and yellow.
Okay.
And you had to like twist the knobs onto it. It's like I made a hammer.
Oh.
And actually, I like it because it's pretty lightweight. I have a hammer that my dad gave me, and I feel like it has more weight to it. So I'm like, that's a good like real heavy duty hammer. But I'm like, I'm just hitting some holes in the wall to put up some paintings or whatever. I now use that light one because I feel like a little bit more in control. It's like it's different types of swords, like how am I going to kill my enemy?
Right. I hate to say this, I have a 4th hammer. It's a rubber mallet that came with my shelving unit. This cheap shelving unit that I got off of Amazon that's meant for a garage.
If we're counting hammers now,
that I
used also have a rubber mallet as well.
This big. I would go and grab it, but I don't want to leave and just have you fill for dead air. But the shelving unit, I got to put all my like computers and video game consoles for all the streaming stuff, which is the other side of this desk here, and the camera. It came with a rubber mallet, a big boy. And also came with gloves, too. And this thing was cheap, and I'm like, damn, this is a good deal. I love this hammer. I call it a mallet, though, you know what I mean?
You got a little BOGO, but just an object you didn't expect to get with the free element of it.
Those gloves are grippy.
I'm going to have to up my, I guess, hammer arsenal, since it sounds like we're having a little bit of a
And
Arms
depending
race.
on, the tradition holds, we usually end up with Nazis at the bottom, and we got to beat them with hammers. So,
We do.
Hammer is
Hammer.
cool. I think it's very...
It's a cool tool.
It's a cool, dumb tool that
arguably, like, the concept of a hammer comes from probably one of our first, like, brain blasts we had as a species, where we're like, yo, what if
smash, but what if it was easier?
What if so just historically it's had a long run too as a concept.
Right.
So
I feel like this isn't C. I feel like this is a B. I think this is a very solid B. The concept of a hammer. Well, just a hammer. We're not saying concept.
I'm definitely more positive on hammer. I did get frustrated the one day where I for whatever reason I couldn't hit this one nail in. I think because the wall behind it was a little bit more solidified, and like that's my only negative experience. But it's a universal tool. It's been around a long time. We gotta kind of give it its flowers.
Yeah.
And if you're a true man, you have a whole bunch in your workshop. So you know what I'm saying? So
between the two of us, we have. Sounds like 7, 6 or 7. So.
And I know what I'm asking for
God,
Christmas now.
Who knows how many hammers David has? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like that boy has so many just stuff lying
an
around that he is
engineer
always
himself,
saying. I'm always saying, David, your apartment's very well put into place. Nothing is loose on the walls. No picture frames are flopping around, and I feel like he's pretty good with the hammer. You know,
he must be. And it's not. There's so many things you can build with a hammer. We didn't even mention that. There's like you could theoretically make a lot of things. You can make a Trojan horse with a hammer. You can, put the painting on the wall. There's a wide variety of things.
You can destroy a lot with a hammer too. You know what I mean? It's got.
You
dual
can
purposes.
take the nails out. You can open a door. You can. It's a leverage.
Right.
Wow.
It's a nice throwing weapon as well.
Yes, people can be. Some people have war hammers. Made for war.
You can have them one as a weapon in Monster Hunter. you know?
Yes. Hammers.
Hammer. You'll love
Hammer time. B. I like that.
Me too.
That. Who knows? Maybe when this list goes, we're going to swap it to S. Because that'd be funny.
That would be very fun. Okay.
All right, folks. We're daily object generator. 1d12 is how we do it here for the random object generator. If we've gotten ones in the past, we will just re-roll again, or I'll say the one above or something. I don't know. 10. I'm going to make this a little easier this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this Steve from Minecraft?
That is Steve from Minecraft as depicted.
Let me double check what the caption says. Let me double check. I actually have to go to the tweets because it could be like, it looks like it might be like an action figure or like
I'm just going to tell you right now, that render is the Smash Brothers Ultimate render of Steve from Minecraft.
Oh, it's even different. It's the Steve amiibo. Do you have the Steve amiibo? I know you're an amiibo collector. No way. No way does he have it right here, folks. No way does he have it right here, right now. Oh my gosh, he does have it. Folks,
and
in the flesh.
I got his girlfriend.
Flesh. And his
or whoever they are. Maybe they're platonically friends. There. Let's go. Yeah, they came in a 2-pack for $30. It was I really regretted the purchase years ago, but and then you can make them. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? They're not platonic in my house. Yes. Minecraft Steve amiibo. The fact that it's the amiibo makes it not nearly as low as I was expecting. I actually can talk about this because it's in my... I didn't walk up to grab the hammer. I went further away to grab this. As far as amiibos go, the Steve Minecraft amiibo is very basic because he's a very basic figure.
He's blocks. He's a couple blocks.
He's rectangles. I will say the printing
not his fault, though.
On them is adequate. And despite how thin he is, seems pretty sturdy on the base. I've looked more at this amiibo now
How
than
much
I have
was this
ever.
one?
Like I
How much
said,
was this one?
these were in a 2-pack together for $30.
Okay.
Back in like 2022. Something like
So
that.
in tariff and inflation dollars, that's what, like
I don't know how
35?
often they reprint them, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't be
Minecraft
surprised.
Minecraft movie might have, put the stock up a little bit.
I'm glad I recognized that that's the Smash Brothers render, because yes, this is the guys. I'm gonna put them off to the side here. Listen, despite the fact, thank you for liking that tweet. Despite the fact that I own this and have a positive general feeling towards it, I'm not going to go higher than C. So what do you think about the Steve Minecraft? I'm going to hold it up again so you can get a real good look.
Yes,
on
yeah. I mean,
camera here.
I'll say this is a first that we have the literal thing. It's not like, hammer, like that's kind of a wide variety of different hammers. And like this is the exact thing that is referenced in the photo. This is the first time ever on S-Rank, the podcast. I mean, Steve himself, amiibos, I don't collect them, so I don't really have any strong feelings.
Real unfortunate.
For or against them. I seen them in passing at my local games dealer. So Steve himself, so when I played Minecraft for real, it was with you a couple times, and then I did a stream of it a couple years ago with my boy Justified Not, and I switched my character to be Master Chief.
Okay.
And then then Among Us, I think at one point as well.
Okay.
So when I think of Minecraft, I don't really think of Steve. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I think of my dumb character, or
I have platinumed Minecraft on the PlayStation 4. I do not care for Minecraft. I did it just because I could, and because someone made it very easy for me to do it. Minecraft is one of those games where, personally speaking, I'm into the idea of every 5 years or so, and then it dissipates pretty quickly. This is the amiibo. This isn't even the video game. But my point about me playing Minecraft is I've never used a skin. I've just, because I always play in first person.
I'm just sharing my experience with it because I'm gonna say I think this is a C for me. Where I did like Minecraft. I did have a lot of fun with it. It's one of those games that and this goes with me with a lot of games at this point in my life, is like I don't have the time to want to grind through to do what I want. I know there is different modes in Minecraft where you can just do creative mode and therefore you don't have to do it.
But then there's what's the point? Because it's infinite Legos at that point. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I do on Twitter or whatnot, I'll see occasionally someone's like, I made all of New York City to scale in Minecraft. I'm like, that's cool. I respect that. Maybe one day I can jump in that server just to check it out. I would love to do that.
And
that's kind of cool.
In
Grief it. Yeah. No, I mean or if they did one of if someone did one of Denver, I'd be like, oh, I want to see how close it is. Can I go to all my favorite spots? If someone did that, but I don't have the time. Really, but I appreciate from what Minecraft is. I'd rather kids play that game than Roblox, I guess, if I'm being.
Well, one's a video game and the other is a platform of garbage that steals money from children.
Yeah, so I'd rather people be like, my favorite game's Minecraft than Call of Duty, I guess too. You know what I mean? I think there's worser games for
worser.
Yes, than that kids or whatever. I don't know. It's a good creative game. I won't shit on people's creativity, and I feel like that
it's
game
just
promotes
not
that.
as much for me
cool.
as it clearly has been for the
younger generation. I think this is a C. I could see an argument for B if it was just Minecraft, if the object was just Minecraft, but since this is an amiibo version of a Steve from Minecraft, I'm not as connected to it. So I think this is
amiibo of Steve from Smash Brothers from Minecraft, to be more specific. You say if this was regular Minecraft, it'd be higher for you. If this was regular Minecraft, it would be lower for me. Because I just, I think the fact that this amiibo exists, once again, not only does it exist, but they also decided, hey, it's very simple. Why don't we just also make a second one? of
mean,
Alex.
I'm surprised they're like fuck it, we just do all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like outside of Slender Man, he's the only one. Slender Man, whatever the tall one is, the in Minecraft, like all of them are pretty similar in size and stature. So
right.
But yeah, Steve Amiibo. Wow.
What a life.
Random nouns.
What a life.
Random nouns. Station.
Station?
Yeah. So that when you hear the word station, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Because I'll tell you mine in a second. Okay.
But it can also be train. It can also be train. Yeah. It can also be your station, meaning your spot where you are placed. Television station.
It can mean basically kind of your office too, which for me is I don't want to hear that. Be like, this is your workstation. You know, this is where you're going to be 8 hours a day, and I'm like, ugh. You know.
Yeah. It's such a.
It's a word to represent a location, but also it needs another noun. I feel like to go with it to tell me more.
Merriam-Webster defines station as the place or position in which something or someone stands or is assigned to stand or remain. Also another definition. Any of the places in a manufacturing operation at which one part of the work is done. Another definition. Equipment used usually by one person for performing a particular job. The act or manner of standing.
Yeah, so Posture. Like I was saying, like it needs another noun in front of it. You know what I mean? To tell me more about it. So I think in theory, in concept, a station is just kind of like neutral for me. Like it really depends on what you're talking about. Train station, cool. I like trains. Workstation, fuck that. You know, radio station, pretty cool. The fact that we can send music and talk shows over airwaves, that's incredible. Work of science.
Yeah. The International Space Station.
Sick.
You know?
Cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. That's like S tier level. Almost. Like fucking space. That's awesome. So I think there's more positives, I guess, the more I'm saying it, like in terms of what can go with the word station than negatives. But like, yeah, workstation,
a PlayStation.
PlayStation. I know you described someone like what sounded like someone on guard. Like this is your.
They have been stationed there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a negative in a way. I kind of have negative connotations towards that. You're like, oh, you got to stand here forever. Damn, that sucks.
Last episode, I talked about how some things are just a fact, and there are so many ways we can gas them up or bring them down, glaze them up or drag them down. What other stupid term do kids use these days that just means talk nicely? And last time I said rizz them up or shoot them down. Last time when one of these facts came along, I suggested C just because what else are we gonna do? But who knows? We could be getting things that are better than station. Maybe we do put it lower. Maybe we put it at D. Tim McGraw's radio station. You know what I mean?
Tim McGraw's station. It's like Sirius XM has some specified artist. Maybe Tim McGraw deserves his own station. We don't know because we don't listen to Tim McGraw. But if Tim McGraw comes on the show, I will tell him I think you deserve your own Sirius XM station.
I agree.
And he'll think that I'm a big fan.
You know what? Let's do it.
D. Tim McGraw's station. Last time we had two artists that we were joked about being a co-headliner. So now we have another co-headline in a way. Tim McGraw's station is the.
Agreed.
Now it turns into one thing.
Yes, the Tim McGraw station.
You're listening to Tim McGraw station. That's right, Tim McGraw all day long. After this commercial break. Do you want to go to 7-Eleven and get your smoothies or whatever, slushies, whatever they're doing at 7-Eleven these days? On to the next. Wikipedia. Folks, on Wikipedia, this is honestly the most scary one we've seen. Mostly, there hasn't been anything yet we've gotten on this one where we're like, hell yeah about, but
right.
gotten some neutral things, which is better than the very first time we ever used Wikipedia, which was like some painter or sculptor.
You joined the
who
SS.
was part of the Nazi party. So hopefully we get something good here. Like this is my example that I always have up here. I didn't mention it last episode, but yeah, Samuel Bellamy, who is a cool pirate. All right, like I want something like that. Like, that'd be nice. So let's see what we get here. Okay, Methydrio, how do you say this? Is a village in the municipal unit of Vientina, Arcadia, Greece. Okay. It sits at 1,060 meters above sea level at the foot of the Mainalo Mountains. It is 4 kilometers south of Vientina. It was named after the ancient city of Methydrium. Methydrium. It literally has meth in the name. The remains of which have been discovered near the village. It was a city of ancient Arcadia in ancient Methydrium. Blah, blah, blah. It has a temple to Poseidon. The remains of ancient Methydrium have excavated in 1910. It doesn't. That's it. It's a pretty short one here, but place in Greece, and it sounds like it has some ancient Greece history to it, which is kind of cool. I've never been to Greece. I'd like to go. I had a coworker who went there recently and said it was really cool. I like Greek mythology. I'm just trying to throw anything out there to kind of give it a little love, but like
this is a very small town that's a part of a thing, part of a thing, part of a thing. I don't know, man. You're reading all that, and my mind's just going, what am I having for dinner? Like, that's just how little about this town I seem to care.
Hold on. Let me zoom in on this real quick here. Too far in. Population, 1991, 45. 2001, 14. 2011, 11. 2021, 8.
Okay,
dude,
hold on.
There might be no one left here in like 10 years.
I kind of like that more now. Because there's, as of the last census, 8 people living there. That's not a town. That's a block. You know what I mean?
It's going to be a ghost town soon enough. Wow. I mean, I know ghost towns are more of an American concept, you know, with like old mining towns and shit. But legitimately, to have I wonder if it's just like one family, like one big family's been living here, and like no one's moving in. And there probably isn't much like.
It must be not near anything.
Commerce. Yeah, it says the nearest place is Vientina, 4 kilometers south, which actually has a picture on Wikipedia. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is like an E, I think by default. In a way, it's cool that it seems ancient, but also not cool that it seems like people are leaving. My one fear is if everyone leaves, it kind of just be like lost and forgotten. You know what I mean? Or
I think that's kind of cool though. But I hear you that it's like, okay, at the end of the day, we really gonna give this that high of a thing? I guess I can settle with E. Guess
this might be like last episode where an F might be just fine, you know, and that's what it is.
All right, how do you spell this?
So meth, Y, Drio, Drio.
Oh, like a Pokemon. Methydrio.
Yeah. Go get him, Methydrio. I'll try to remember that for next time we play our Nuzlocke run there. Maybe there'll be a name, Methydrio. If we ever get Doug Drio, name him Meth.
Yeah, well, we used to have a Diglett.
We did used to have a Diglett. All right, Methydrio, the location. If you've heard of it, shout outs to you. I hope you got excited there. Now I'm a fan, though. Now I'm a fan.
You're a fan.
All 8 people. If there's still 8 people there,
like and subscribe.
4 years later, like and subscribe. You're welcome on the show anytime.
As long as you speak English or have a way for someone to translate for you, because
we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. All right, now we go to Plow Driver. Profile of his 100 random things I see. He has 3 other lists, by the way. I didn't even look into that.
Hold on a second. We've seen this Giant Bomb user like listing page, you know, forum user listing page, whatever. Their list here for a while. I just noticed that their header banner is pasta, uncooked pasta, ready to be boiled.
Yes. Also, this is new, where it says Giant Bomb's under new ownership. You need to accept new terms and conditions.
That was on there a few times. Yeah, it just
was there. I know it was there last time, but I didn't point it out.
Yeah, I had to. I had to say yes, you have the right to use my data or whatever that website's when you make an account.
All right, we're gonna roll 1d100 here real quick. And we're gonna stop. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Psyduck.
Psyduck is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. As a child, you're like, oh yeah, I love Charizard, I love Mewtwo, I love you. You're picking badass Pokemon, right? You're whatever your starter Pokemon is, and then plus a legendary and some badass dudes. And whoever you are, when you grow up playing Pokemon, that's whoever your favorite Pokemon are. As a 30-year-old man, I have now realized my 4 favorite Pokemon are Magikarp, Psyduck, Slowpoke, and Mew. I'm not picking the cool badass ones. Mew, I guess you could maybe say, but Magikarp is my favorite Pokemon. Psyduck is my second. Okay, Psyduck rules. I think he's a great design. The creator of Pokemon, his favorite Pokemon is Psyduck. Not that should influence our list, but I feel like that's a neat little fact. I like the fact that he's kind of dumb, but he's only dumb because he's not focused, because he's got a big headache all the time. And I love the idea that in the world of Pokemon, one of God's creations was made to suffer for simply existing. And I think, but that suppresses his psychic power or whatever Psyduck has going on there. I like Psyduck a lot. Psyduck evolves into Golduck, who is lame.
He turns blue.
Yeah. He's got like a 3
kind of muscle. He gets a little bit more muscular.
Yeah, a little bit more like a creepy Kappa, like, you know what I mean? The yokai Kappa.
Psyduck. Well, funny enough,
you're talking just like him for a second there.
Psyduck. Funny enough, Ethan says it's like in his top 4. For the longest time, I've had a picture of a Psyduck wearing a little like rain hat in a rain jacket as my picture for Ethan for the last probably 10 years at this point.
Really?
Yeah. And then David, our friend, is a picture of the DUI of
someone else with his
Woods.
full name. Oh, no. Okay. Okay.
No, Tiger Woods.
For the longest time, you have been a picture of a squirrel eating out of a squirrel feeder that's a horse's head. It looks like the squirrel is a horse head, but I changed that to a photo I demanded of you to make where you're doing a money spread of, I think, $1 bills.
I think it might have been 20s because I got cash out or cash from my aunt or something like that, and then she just gave me a bunch of 20s for it, and I was just
regardless,
like,
I have
whatever.
The money spread photo, and David's photo in my texting, iMessages, whatever, is a photo I took of a framed photo at his parents' house of him as a 4-year-old. And I find that very funny because every time I see him and he's got a beard, I'm like, oh, I forgot. Every time my brain is like, oh, that's not what he looks like. Every single time.
But Psyduck. Psyduck. I like him. I think he's cool. I'm not gonna put him in my top 5 or anything, but he gives me positive energies. I did like him. I like the concept of him as well. Shit, dude. Is this S? Is this A? I think it's at least A for me. Based off everything else we've had so far.
I was gonna say A. I don't feel too comfortable this quickly to throw him in the S. We'll just see what we get. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking A. I mean, I really like Psyduck.
Yeah, it really depends on what we're gonna get. I mean, who knows? I mean, the only couple of things on this generator that give me the potential to get something I really like is like the famous people. And the daily object has gotten us some good ones.
And Leia. Well, not last time.
And Leia's list gives us some good stuff too once in a while. I'm just trying to think of like when are we gonna get like a Pokemon that we're both pretty like hell yeah about?
Right.
That's what I'm kind
of
thinking.
Just like
and I'm worried
whatever.
We put them at A. We put them at A, and for some reason our list down the line gets us a swap, or we need to swap something else. That all of a sudden we're like, fuck, we have to swap our S, you know what I mean? That's where I'm like, is this an S? Is this an early S that we have to kind of
so many spots left I just get worried that we're going to get
I'm okay.
some food item or a video game that is my favorite video game of all time and have to put that at the S rank.
We already got that last episode, so you can't do it again.
I mean,
you're not gonna get another.
You
Kingdom
could
Hearts.
roll it again, technically, although we're not doing the double unless we forget. That's our thing. If we forget that we had it before, then it's fair game. But
I think we're still early in this concept of a show, but I think it's inevitable that at some point we might forget. But to be fair, at some point I might update these some of them as we go to keep it fresh. But let's put it an A. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying. I'm thinking this could be an S actually, but I'm okay with A. Psyduck, you're my guy.
He's my guy too.
You're welcome. You're welcome on the show anytime.
I mean, they made a whole Netflix short series about Psyduck in Hawaii.
Wait a minute. Maybe. Do you think Psyduck like heard RFK too many times, and that's he refuses to take like Tylenol for his headache?
Oh, I thought you were going
to say. I guess
that's
ibuprofen, but
Psyduck put the worm in his brain or something like that.
But he's being held back. All right, Psyduck. All right, we talked about Leia. Leia is a random user on listchallenges.com. She has 125 random things that she loves, and we are going to find out what one of the next things that she loves is with rolling a 1d125. Let's go. And
number 20, the clan.
124. I think we've gone 124 before. I'll let us know. Yeah, this is Young Justice, which I
remember that.
Is not a rapper. It's a TV show.
Yeah, we got to redo
it. And stop. 81. Okay. This is not going to be good. All right, Meryl Davis and Charlie White. I think these are ice skaters, like from Winter Olympics. Based off the photo, I see the Olympics. They look like ice skaters. They're holding the American flag. Meryl Davis and Charlie White together, not separate, together.
And we could have had the TV show Monk. I would have put that at S rank.
We could have had the moon, Ethan. Do you see this?
We'll put that at S rank too. Not really, because half the moon is gone if you watched Sonic Adventure 2.
Meryl Davis and Charlie White. Do we put I think this is an easy E or F. I'm worried about
put it at F because who cares? They care. Leia cares, but like we don't care.
I mean I've watched a little bit of the kind of free skating, I think it's called. I know it's a dance.
Yeah, where they don't put the 2-minute timer and there's no objectives. You just go around the skate park as much as you want, and you can just cycle through the Tony Hawk music. Free skating.
Like that. Free skating. But no, I think it's one of those sports that I know some people say is beautiful.
I'm sure I've said that on this show to be a little pretentious, but I don't really care about individual figure skaters.
If I'm watching like Winter Olympics, if it's on, I'll probably keep it on. But I would prefer any of the bobsled shit or the
curling, snowboard fencing. Where they're going down the hill and they're standing
hockey. Well, last couple Olympics, they won't let NHL players participate for some stupid reason, which defeats, I feel like, the purpose of putting the best.
But we have basketball NBA players on the dream team, right?
Yes, it's just the NHL's rules. There's some.
Oh, it's the NHL having that as a rule. Okay.
Yeah. Which pissed off a lot of the players last time. So I think next Olympics, or I think it's next winter. So I think it's coming up.
Yeah, next year.
I think they are allowed back now. I think I read that, but
how do you spell this?
Meryl Davis, Meryl Davis, and maybe do an ampersand, maybe. Charlie White, like the color.
Okay, this is a very long one, but 15 font size works. Usually I'm hovering around 42 is what the standard is. So there we go. You know what?
Shouts out to him. Welcome on the show as well.
Font 16. Yeah, they can come on the show and defend themselves. Oh no, 16's too
Well,
big.
we could always do like ice skating moves at like tier lists. I think that'd be kind of fun. They can teach me
We would
some
need a
things.
lot of visuals.
All right. All right, so now we've gone through the list once. We go through it a second time. So we're back to Tim, friend of the show.
He's welcome anytime. And we actually
Anytime.
mean that.
I always mean it when I say it.
Sure.
Tim McGraw, who is next? Okay, this is gonna. We have to be real careful here. Taylor Swift.
Cool. In my effort to do stuff, I've accidentally put Illustrator into like full screen mode. I'm good here.
Okay. Taylor Swift.
Hey, I understand. Not everything is for everyone. There are certain things that were not designed with me in mind. There are certain things that were not designed for fans of her in mind. Psyduck might be one of them. Everyone likes everything, and we have some of these big famous people out there who they're famous, and then lots of people love them for certain things, and sometimes that is just a fact of life. But I really think she's extremely overrated. I think all of her songs,
careful.
In the past 10 years, they all sound just very, very like whatever the version of low reading comprehension is for music lyrics. That is what the audience has. Like, they just accept something extremely bland, very basic metaphors, similes, or whatever, as in the songwriting. And I also think that she kind of sucks as a person.
Interesting. Well, I was gonna say this is an easy S, because I'm afraid for my life.
I'm afraid for I mean, that's the other thing too. I will put Swifties in the mix of Taylor Swift because they don't exist without her. And scary. We're gonna get doxxed.
I mean, the one thing that I think the one very positive thing Taylor Swift has done is that she fought against her former record label, I believe, and basically redid her music because of the issue with her not having her masters. And then I think she just recently bought her masters
for more
anyways.
money than anyone should have ever spent on anything self-serving like that, when she could have used that money for better. It's like $380 million. It was something crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in the artists should have full rights to do what they want with their art. So I mean, it's more a reflection. At least that specific part, a reflection of the music industry, right? The fact that by default you don't get access to your masters, and you have to put that in a contract, or you have to have a good lawyer earlier in your career, especially if you're a pop artist, to make sure that doesn't happen. I think that's ridiculous. And that's not, including all the money that the record labels probably make off of artists like Taylor Swift, like pop artists specifically. I know it does happen in other music industries, or labels do things in other ways. But people who know this show know me. I listen to metal 98% of the time. It's not for everybody. I always say people should open their ears to it, and I can give people recommendations, but like you said, not everything's for everybody, and that's how I am with Taylor Swift's music. I did legitimately try to get into her in high school because everyone in my bio class was talking about it. I'm like, okay, let's see what the hype's about. And I just knew it wasn't for me. The pop I do listen to, I'm very picky with it, or it's more alternative pop because it has more more moody shit, which kind of makes sense with the other shit I listen to. But yeah, she's also really rich. I don't like that she flies private jets
a million times everywhere,
which feels like the equivalent of bro, just drive 5 minutes down the street and get your.
I'm real glad that I washed out this milk jug before I put in the recycling so that it gets recycled properly. I'm real glad I did that. because I saved planet. I needed to do that.
I'll say her boyfriend right now, and her boyfriend, her to-be husband, Travis Kelce, currently has 7.1 points in the middle of the third right now. I really need him to get a little bit more points. I really would appreciate
he's
that.
on your draft for
I did.
football.
He fell on the draft board, I think, because people. I mean, he's a little bit older now, but in terms of football, but I got him, and I was like, let's go Taylor Swift, whatever. Yeah, I don't really. I think I kind of agree with a lot with what you said, but I also am like, I'm not one of those people who's like, people who like make that like, I'm gonna shit on Taylor Swift, and they make that their whole online personality. It's like, bro,
she
like,
makes it more easy for you to just be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, ain't for me, whatever. Her politics seem to be shitty. She kind of represents, I think, what a lot of more liberal rich people do, which is they come out of the woodwork every 4 years, say something, but they also make a shit ton of money. Any of the material conditions from either side don't really affect them, at the end of the day. Like, yes, maybe their taxes are different, and that's like the biggest thing that they can change. But
She's
I don't really care
Steve
for her.
Amiibo. Been holding this in my hand. I need to say that.
I'm fine with F, just for the sake of I mean, I was gonna honestly say E or F anyways. So, but
we got to give the fine folks of Method Trio more respect.
Yeah.
So
Taylor Swift, you're still welcome on the show anytime.
Yes, for our viewership numbers, yes, you are welcome on the show.
But we might have to tie you in with the episode where we have the Meth Trio people on. That'd be actually kind of funny.
We do one of those shitty one person debates 20 people and they don't know what they're going to debate except for the 20 people that do, and it's the 8 people of Meth Trio surrounding her and none of them speak English, and she doesn't speak Greek, so you know what I mean.
And we give them just random questions that have nothing, like, either of them have any like clues on. Like, so what do you think? Is Sonic Adventure overrated or right where it needs to be? Just like, we just give them a question like that. We're like, what?
Right,
what are you talking about?
Okay.
All right. Well, please don't give us death threats. That's all I ask for. It really ain't life or death.
And thank you for your view. Thank you for the view.
That is now in the title.
There's
officially.
now. Oh yeah. It's gonna be
Taylor Swift versus
Steve.
Psyduck.
Oh, I mean, yes, versus Psyduck. That's gonna be the episode title. There you go.
All right. It's a comedy show, everybody.
But it is serious.
Yes. Random object generator, very serious. Hammer, which Psyduck with a hammer though. Now that is that image just popped in my head.
It's like Alakazam really holding the spoon, I
think it's more dangerous.
Yes.
Toothpaste. I think
we've had toothbrush.
We've had toothbrush and toothbrush or toothpaste cap. I think was the other one. I don't think it was
toothbrush
toothpaste.
cap. It's toothbrush cap because we're like, not very many people have that. Like, I don't.
Toothpaste.
My toothbrush is just sitting on the sink raw.
Who doesn't, man? Who doesn't? Mine's in a cupboard, but also
toothpaste. Raw. Like, listen, I would equate that as equal to toothbrush. Because you are not using one without the other.
What do we rank toothbrush?
I think it was a C.
Here's the thing: you theoretically, I think, could brush your teeth without toothpaste.
Yeah, I won't get sometimes the full benefits. Yeah, with like a Listerine on, I'll sometimes do that after I've Listerine just the wet toothbrush without anything on it to help with that stuff. But
toothpaste by itself, kind of.
It does give us a really, really good idiom, phrase, whatever you want to call it. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube to refer to an event, you know what I mean, in time.
We can't. We put Taylor Swift an F.
We can't undo it. We have one swap, but we can't undo it.
I know toothpaste can be used like as a because it will like kind of cement. Like it'll be like
yeah. If
like
when I poke holes in this drywall here and I go to move, use toothpaste. Yeah,
I use the putty stuff, which I got actually pretty decent at when I just moved. I was pretty proud of myself because I'm not a handy person. But
Remember when
yeah, I know you can
when
use
we drilled
toothpaste.
that giant hole in your wall to put an Ethernet cord through, and that drill bit is still stuck in my drill, and I can't get it out?
Sorry.
I have a Canon WD-40 now because the maintenance people left it in my apartment, but maybe I'll use that.
Toothpaste. I kind of don't care. I mean, I don't care. Not a big fan of the dentist,
kind of over it.
and they put toothpaste. I don't like some of the flavors they got. I'm not a big mint fan, but like it's kind of is what it is. But also, I don't want to be a kid and be like, I want bubble gum. Like, so I'm just like, that's fucking fine. Just give me whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not into flavored toothpaste. Just give me the regular stuff there. And you know what? This is great too, because if we get someone who's really bad, we have an excuse to use the swap.
Yes. By the way, I like that it says methadrio and toothpaste. When I read methadrio, I'm assuming like I read that
methanol.
as like some methanol or like some sort of like compound used for cleaning. So it kind of works together in my brain in a way. All right, that was an easy one. All right, back to back to the daily object. Oh, you see that DS there?
The 3DS. It's a launch model. It's the blue one. I have the black one.
1D12. 9. All right, 1.
We had
2,
9 already.
3. Did we?
Yeah, it was the
4,
Steve Amiibo.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not. 9. It's the 3DS.
Oh, I take that back. Okay. Nintendo 3DS. Is that what it says?
Specifically, this. Yes, it looks like. We usually pull from the picture. So this teal. Don't tell me he has this one, folks. Don't tell me he has the exact same color.
I have the blue one. I have the black one because blue and black were the two options at launch. This is my launch day one. It cost me $250. 3 months later, they would drop the price by $80, which is insane.
Happy they didn't rate. They don't, you know. I guess
right.
But hey, nowadays they're going up in price. So.
I loved this thing when it came out. I thought the 3D was really neat. It's a little uncomfortable in the hands, and the screen is a little bit small, but that was just the way handhelds were at the time. Its stylus was telescopic. All right, because
you can see all the shores ahead with that one.
Exactly. I really liked the 3DS. I think the actual design of the launch model here is a little bland. It's hard to tell in that photo, but there's kind of and the blue, and they made a red version later, show it better than the black one here, but there's like a 3-layer cake looking aspect to this.
Yeah, I see that.
And
it looks like they put it together in a way, like, layered it like a cake.
And I'm not that big of a fan of that aspect. I think that the later models, my 3DS XL here, which is
I literally
Zelda,
played on that one.
He's used this. I've let him borrow it, which is my Link Between Worlds Gold Zelda one. I really like that one a lot more. And then they would go on the Nintendo 2DS, which does not have the 3D stuff, and it looks like a wedge of cheese.
It looks cheap in a way.
And I got this for $40 off of their refurbished Nintendo's
that
refurbished
looks like a
site.
knockoff in a way. You know what I mean? Like that's something I would see at Walmart. You know what I mean?
But this was designed.
It has 100 games or whatever.
Oh,
what the box would say on it.
This was designed as hey, this is for your 4-year-old, because you could throw this around. And when I got this from the refurbished site, I'm like, cool, the white and the red, that looks pretty neat. However, the stylus that they gave is blue. Oh. So they did not match the stylus correctly with it. And then new Nintendo 3DS, which I have the Animal Crossing version, which is the only one at launch in America, and the new Nintendo 3DS XL, which I have the Metroid
It's way too many,
Samus Returns version. Okay, these ones are a little bit better. Okay. They
buttons are color
fit
there.
They fit, yes, they fit better. Oh, you can see I'm playing Pokemon Silver, I believe, in this. It's still on. And, I really like these designs the best. Then they would also make a new Nintendo 2DS XL, which is shaped more like this, but is 2D. I don't own that one. I would like one. But we should get one just so we can get free stuff. This design, I think is okay. I think it looks a little bit more unique now because it doesn't look as like Apple-like, if that makes sense. It doesn't look
The other
as
ones look like, I mean, that one on this, like when you have it closed, I would think that's like an old cell phone. Like, I mean, if you pulled that out of your pocket, like it looks like a old cell phone, like iPhone size. But
2011 is when this
when you
released.
open it, it definitely looks a little bit more of that era. I'll say I've only my brother had the first DS. I got the PSP for Christmas that year, and because I remember my mom asking, "Which one do you want? You want the DS or the PSP?" Your brother's getting the other one, and I said, "I'll take the PSP. It's fine." But I did play a little bit of games that he had on there. Like he let me use it.
This is my launch model DS, my big ugly fat one.
Yeah, I don't remember what color he had. It's blanking on me. I'll say this picture, out of all the colors we've seen, I like. I'm picky with my blues, but this is more of a teal. Looks like my San Jose
They called
Sharks.
it aqua.
Teal
was the color that they called it.
Yeah, it has more of that aquatic look to it. But I didn't.
Had
Like
a
I
lot
said,
of good
I used my
games.
brothers. I used my brothers, but
well, I used a DS. The 3DS is like a PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation. To be clear, they are. It is.
So I'm saying is I haven't used too much of the 3DS. I'm saying is.
But the 3D was pretty awesome in its day. People very quick to be like, no, I've never liked the 3D aspect, which I find a little bit weird.
Unfortunately, could you watch Avatar?
Netflix and Nintendo did make a deal to have the Netflix app on 3DS play 3D movie stuff, but Netflix never did 3D movie support at all, and that never came through.
James Cameron's Avatar.
that you know what? In its glorious 240p, we reviewed a movie on the Sonic Movie Show years ago called Dead or Alive. No, not Dead or Alive. I mean, we did Dead or Alive. Tekken. Tekken.
No, wasn't it Final Fantasy?
No, I'm talking about something else. I watched that on my PSP. Spirits Within on the PSP.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
But Tekken Blood Vengeance, which was the 3D CG animated film. There's a 3D version of that movie, which I have on PS3, on a PS3 disc, which it came with a port. And Tekken Prime 3D for the Nintendo 3DS has that movie on the cartridge. And so as a gag, I started to watch that movie on the 3DS. The 3D, pretty cool. Games, there's a lot of good games on the 3DS. As a console overall, I would say it is in the middle to higher tier of what Nintendo's done in terms of the games that they made and what the neat aspects of the console were. I don't think it's their best handheld. I don't think it's their worst handheld. So, yeah.
I mean, for me, I can only talk about my experience with the DS, which I'm, like I said, if it sounds a little bit better, I guess I can just bump that up. I think this is a B or an A. Just based off everything else, we have not many spots left really after this. I don't want us to get screwed over later on. So part of me wants to say A for the potential of moving Psyduck up to S if we don't get anything else.
So here's where I would be. I wouldn't put it at the S rank. I'm not going to go that crazy far. I would put it at A if it was relative to lists we've had in the past, maybe recently, for sure. As far as this list is going, I guess I like Psyduck more than the Nintendo 3DS, for sure. But I wouldn't put it lower than a B. So for me, it is between B or A. If we were to put it in A, then really it's just B and S that's left over, and we need something either pretty good or really, really good. Putting that out there. We would have a swap if we need to swap 3DS with something lower if we put it at A. I'm okay with A.
Yeah, I'm just thinking with like Hammer, which we did glaze the Hammer a lot, I felt like. But I do like hammers. But I think we get a little more versatility with the Nintendo 3DS, and it feels weird to put Hammer and 3DS together. You know what I mean?
Right. Psyduck is a Pokemon, and he was in 3D on the Nintendo 3DS, so...
Yeah, let's put them at A, and that leaves us still a bit more flexibility because I'm thinking we have random nouns next, we have Wikipedia, and then we have 2 lists there where I feel like we still have 2 C's, which is weird. I feel like usually we fill our C's up pretty quickly.
Right.
The fact that in a way I'm now cheering for like either one really great thing or just like give us some just all right things for the next couple here so we can just slot them in at B and C. All right, let's see what we get though.
Okay.
Random nouns. We got station last time. Here we go. Order. Oh no.
Again, like station, we can take this into so many different angles.
Yeah.
An executive order, first thing comes to my mind due to maybe recent events. I would like to buy this. This is my order. Is a good thing for me who wants the thing. I have a positive, association with that. What's your Starbucks order? Is a negative one for me because of the Starbucks thing. But no, but all jokes aside, order. I have rearranged all of these games by a certain order.
Right.
Like there's so many. There's
benefits to some order, and then there's some negatives for some order.
Well, yeah, it's just the concept of order versus chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the word order for me, like, I agree. I was like, for me, it was an executive order, but it was just like, I don't know. This is your orders. Like, it's like an authoritative demand. Like, oh, we're just following orders, that's really relevant right now too, so I'm not trying to like put too much recency bias, but at the same time, it's like I love having an order of events for my day. Like I'm less stressed when I feel like I know what's coming.
Okay.
I also agree with like, I have an order when I go to my favorite restaurant that I like to get.
Yeah.
I think
I have
it is
my
one of those,
Olive Garden order on lock. You know what I mean?
Yes. But I think there's some, like I said, there's some like elements of order which can, to me, be detrimental to human existence. But
Okay.
that's getting more political. But I think this is we only have C's left, and I think it's okay at C. I mean, I might like.
And for me,
we
this
never
is
had a
another
perfect
one of those
list,
facts.
but
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like this is. Just...
I think I might put it lower. Maybe this the swap later, if we depending on how S goes, is Tim McGraw gets moved up.
Oh, sure, maybe.
Our boy Tim gets a bump up. Because I feel like maybe he's a little low now. I know we were trying to change it up, but Steve Amiibo is there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's with Steve. Yeah, order. It's a delicate thing.
The Steve Amiibo order. I think I got it from Target, so it was my Target order.
66.
Yeah,
from
Star Wars.
Not a good thing.
I have
a good thing.
Star Wars Risk, which is episode 3 Risk to be more specific. And yes, the Separatists can evoke Order 66, and that upturns the entire game. And I always loved playing as them, so I could do that because you're rolling dice to be like, do I actually get your guys over here? Do I actually get your guys over here? And just doing that on every planet the other guy has. And I loved it.
All right, we're back at Wikipedia. Give us something good. Random article. Here we go. Okay, we have another artist here. Chuck Garvey. Great name, by the way. Just by default.
Garvey or Gravy?
Garvey.
Okay.
Garvey is one of 2 guitarists for the American rock band Mo. I haven't heard of them, I'll be honest. But his playing has been influenced by Frank Zappa, Mick Ronson, David Bowie, Pete Townshend, Andy Summers, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I'm influenced by all of the good guys in music history.
He was born in New Hartford, New York. For Rolling Stones magazine, he was recently voted as one of the top 20 new guitar gods. It says he suffered a stroke in 2021. Hope he did return in 2023 to the band, so that's good.
Yeah.
Good to hear that.
We're gonna need to just very briefly look at the activity of that band and see when
I can click it right now.
When did they play? You know what I mean? When their songs.
They're American jam rock band formed at University of Buffalo in 1989. So they're kind of upstaters. Shout out to the upstate in New York, where we're born and raised from. The band's first record, Fat Boy, established the band as a favorite of the 1990s jam band and improvisational, that's how you say it, rock scene, which grew in popularity with the rise of bands such as Fish and Widespread Panic. So it sounds like, yeah, they're kind of your jam, maybe even, I don't see the word ska anywhere, but like I know Fish is more of a ska rock.
Sure.
They opened for the Allman Brothers and the Who in Woodstock 99.
Oh.
So I'm not familiar with them. But they seem to be somewhat influential, at least, or from that era of.
Well, I will say this:
that freeform rock.
Going back to the guitarist himself, sounds like based off the music, he is certainly more my jam than the other two music artists on our list here. Again, Tim McGraw, you're always welcome on the show for positive reasons. Taylor Swift, you're always welcome on the show for SEO reasons, and nothing else. Whatever. So I would put Chuck Garvey, higher than them just based off of that alone, let alone the fact that C is the lowest we could go, which is kind of where I'm thinking.
If I was familiar with this band, I think, then there could be a conversation for B. But I agree.
It just sounds like the music is more in line with what I would listen to.
Yeah, I mean, American rock band. Yeah. If I saw them live, I'm sure they'd be put on a good show.
And if I could watch them on my Nintendo 3DS on the YouTube app, then that would be even better.
Chuck Garvey. No, Garvey.
Oh, that changes everything. That changes everything. Okay.
I mean, I like some Jimmy. I like some Stevie Ray Vaughan, David Bowie.
I just find
Frank
that very
Zappa.
funny to be like, I'm influenced by all of the greats. Okay, yeah.
I mean, everyone is.
Thanks.
I mean, you'd say. I mean, of course, people say that. I'm sure there's other.
To be more sincere about it, you would be like, I'm really influenced by. You would mention one person, and then you would delve into exactly why. You know what I mean? Then that's like, okay. But
this is Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia, so they're just
Jimi Hendrix and Prince. Oh my goodness! Like, of course.
I'm sure it's pulled from. Yeah, it's pulled from an interview. I'm sure he goes in more detail. I'm someone who watches a lot of like interviews with artists I like, and if you go on their Wikipedias, it will say like they liked these bands, but like if you watch interviews, like they get more specific. Of like,
I'm sure
this
he's
album...
given a reason. I just find that very funny.
All right, Chuck, welcome to the show.
Anytime. Psyduck, welcome to the show. Anytime.
Anytime. All right. This one has a chance. We've gotten some really good ones from this, but we've also gotten some ones where we're like, whatever about. So we'll see what we get here. 1D100. I think this is the best shot at getting to something at S.
Yeah.
69. Nice.
Okay.
69, welcome on the show. Anytime. All right, so I'm very good. Let's see. Conveyor belts. Luckily, we didn't get police car. Then we would have been in trouble. Conveyor belt, a moving belt that transports objects and player characters and non-player characters from one place to another. Let me see if I can open this image up.
Is that from like Mario Party?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's Mario Party.
Okay. One of the GameCube ones or something.
But it says conveyor belt object linked to 189 games. So
189 games have conveyor belts in them. Wow.
Confirmed. There's no more, no less.
Okay. Good to know.
There was the latest conveyor belt Dawn level Apart
in
Dawn Apart PC Mario Kart World. Like this being being updated.
Control F Titanfall 2. Please.
Oh, hold on. I might not pull it up like that. I'd have to like if I do like a load more. View all 189 results.
Okay.
Titanfall's not coming up.
Okay, Titanfall 2 at a whole factory level where they're making demolition towns used in destruction.
Oh, multiple pages. And it's when did Titanfall come out?
Titanfall 2 would have been 2016, 2017, something.
Yeah, this is an order of date right here.
Okay,
someone's not doing their job.
I remember shooting dudes on a giant conveyor belt in Titanfall 2. Just saying. That was the last campaign shooter I played, if you don't count the Doom games. Conveyor belt. Wow.
Right.
What a B rank.
I try not to make the show too political, but conveyor belt, historically speaking, is a technology that brought pros and cons. Pros, productivity, but if you're looking at it from a more Marxist lens, in a way, it also hurt the American worker because it made the boss, like Ford, Mr. Ford there, the conveyor belt, he was able to, with less people, create more cars at a faster rate and sell more product to get more rich. It's a lot like how my opinion is on generative AI or just AI in general.
Sure.
Where it's a tool
without the pros.
Yeah. But the tool, the goal with like AI too, right, is to be create more productivity. But we always talk about productivity being a good thing, which in theory it is. But if you're like everyone else pretty much who would be watching this, also for the Swifties, if you're still watching this, I hate to break it to you, you're also just like all of us. You will not be a billionaire or a millionaire like Taylor Swift.
You will not see the light of heaven.
Because we're workers, and the fact is technology like conveyor belts just make it easier for us to be more getting less of our how do you want to say this? You're getting less of the products, so we don't own the means of production, right? So like we now loan less of it because they're able to exploit more out of us. There's surplus value. Once again, being Marxist about this, surplus value, they're able to get more out of you. That's how I look at the conveyor belt. Is that historically at the time, it just made it easier for someone like Ford to lay off more workers and also get rich quicker and create more product. And I think that is, in a nutshell, kind of busted. But unfortunately, we have to put those at B right now, I think.
Well, and to maybe justify a B position, if I can give my opinion here. This was a few years ago in my life where I was going through a pretty dark, I'm going to say a dark path. That sounds dramatic. I don't mean it to be dramatic here.
You were.
I was in a dark place, but it was
Order 66, and you had to turn on your buddies. Yeah.
I was in a dark place, but unlike maybe how it might feel for a lot of people today, or maybe even back then, it's not a whole lot of things that were causing. It was one specific person that was causing this just awful, I don't know, mentality existence I felt for myself. And you might be asking how the conveyor belt came into this. Well, I happened to live near a steel forge, and they had a conveyor belt that led straight into the furnace. I was able to strap that person to the conveyor belt and watch them slowly go into a giant furnace. And that conveyor belt brought me so much joy in my life. That's why David's not on the show anymore. No, I don't know.
The dark path was
so mean
literally
to me
last
one time. Yeah, no. Whatever. I mean, conveyor belts allow us to. You would not be able. I agree with all of the things you're saying, at least in concept, maybe not very, very specifically, but I'm not going to disagree how I would feel about any of that stuff, what you were saying, for sure. But there is the angle. We would not have as many of the products without conveyor belts or other types of factory-like machinery that allow you to have, make a lot of this stuff.
I mean, I think even if we had a communist world right now, like perfect utopia, I think we would have conveyor belts. It's like like when I try to say is like
I tie
it's
with
how
the
our
Ford
tools
thing.
being
I
used.
tied into the 40-hour work week. It's all a part of that very meticulously crafted.
It's how is it being used in your
yes,
system?
I
And a conveyor
agree.
belt could also be used in a good way, where it's like, yeah, you can help organize and have order
To my life by strapping someone to the conveyor belt and being
if
like,
we
"Goodbye."
knew that the society needed just hammers, we could figure out a way to make that. Also, aesthetically, I'll say conveyor belts look cool in a video game or movie. Like there's like that
Titanfall 2?
industrial element to it that is aesthetically cool. I don't love it at B still, but whatever. Hammer, hammer and conveyor belt feels very does feel very industrial, I guess, together. Weird. All of these are starting to tie together.
Sort of.
Like except for C.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, this last one here, Leia's list.
Hey, Leia, you better make one of the greats. Otherwise, we have to swap Psyduck to S.
Yeah, make this list great again. All right. I'm going to be kind of bummed if we have to put Psyduck at S because that's why I wanted it originally because I was afraid of this happening where we were going to get the... But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't know what happens here. I want to get a banger right here. All right, here we go. Leia, close this out again.
Fingers crossed.
113. I think that's page 3. Oh, wait. I scrolled too far. There we go. Sweaters.
Yay.
I mean, like, they're definitely on the positive end for me. I love a good sweater. I like wearing sweaters.
It's just not exciting. You know what I mean?
It's just not an exciting, sexy answer.
Right.
I don't think it's S.
But whatever. I can see it being an A relative to everything else here, and if we put it an A and put Psyduck in S, we use our swap for that, or I don't know. Are you game?
Or we put sweaters. We put sweaters in S, and we swap hammer.
No.
I mean, the hammer.
If Psyduck wasn't around as a meme, yes. I guess I would rather have Nintendo 3DS above Hammer personally, which is what happens right now, to be clear. But I feel like our choice is obvious. I feel like we put Psyduck. I'm already typing it out. We put Psyduck at the S spot, and we put Sweater, which, like, I love them. I'm wearing a hoodie, which is similar to one right now.
I put that in the sweater classification.
Right?
Like, it's under the same family.
I wear them all the time unless it's too hot, which my range on acceptability has changed recently.
I have to wear more sweaters, I feel like, now in Colorado. Maybe not as much as upstate New York, but I mean, in Maryland, it was either just rainy, like in the winter, maybe some cold days, but like I can roll with a long sleeve or a light sweater. But now it's like from probably like yesterday, it was like 47 degrees outside. So
right. I said that as if I knew. It was actually similar to that here, to be clear.
Yeah. So sweaters are necessary in a way here, but I mean, we swapped it. We used it. This is the list. I think where I would want to change is I'd put maybe Order I'd swap Order and Tim McGraw. I think Tim
deserved a little bit more. Sure.
Deserved a little bit more.
Toothpaste could be higher. Could. It could.
I would put even...
But I'm okay with where it is. I'm not upset by that.
Yeah, I think it's my biggest issue. I mean, the other one, conveyor belt, I could see being more of a C for me based off how I talked about it.
Right.
I was more negative on it, but like,
I
it's not the end of the world at a B. Like,
yeah.
Chuck Garvey, maybe.
I would have honestly
swapped. I knew Tim McGraw's name over Chuck Garvey, so I guess that's another swap.
They should at least be tied. Yeah. But I'm happy with a lot of this list. If I can be so bold, I'm willing to put this as a win for us today. However, I know that's pretty biased because no one wants to lose. I'm looking at this, and nothing out here is telling me that's in the wrong spot, man. Like, we had ones where it felt like it was in the wrong spot, right?
Yeah.
I feel like these are all acceptable. They could move up or down a tier. You're talking Tim McGraw being raised by 1. You know what I mean? Going from D to C.
We're not
that's not
we're
the
not
end
arguing
of the world.
for one of them to be.
We didn't get
one's an
stuck
E,
with putting
and
something
should be a S.
Exactly. Like Murder She Wrote. But yeah, Psyduck.
I think this, if anything, I guess this is better in the sense it feels more sectioned off appropriately than maybe our last one, where we kind of just got a very narrow kind of spectrum in the sense of like it. There's no, like, we won by default last time in a way, like, because it was like, oh yeah, some of these are just fine. Like, nothing feels, like you're saying, super out of place. There's just maybe some minor differences. So yeah, I think we put this in the win column. I think we're on a little streak here, I believe, which is good because last time we lost it
was a huge loss. We felt like we weren't even playing. You know what I mean? Like the game was just being dealt to us. You know.
And what happened after? It was tough. It was tough. That's all I'm gonna say.
When Devin, at the beginning of either this episode or the previous episode, said there are consequences for losing, we can't really get into specifics as to why. A lot of that stuff is a little bit frank. Is you guys? But you don't need to know.
But you can infer. I'll say that. Like, if you think about it hard enough.
Yeah.
But we
anyway, we won. So who cares? Putting all that aside,
right.
I'm glad we were able to do that. Glad we were able to right some wrongs and bring Psyduck to. I was wrong. I was hoping there'd be something better, but like I guess I was.
You never know how it falls.
I was a fool.
You never know how it falls. It didn't come back to haunt us in the sense of like we feel like our swap was, because there's been when we have lost. Usually when we know we lost is when we feel like we want to swap like 4 things like desperately. You know what I mean? Where it comes down to like what's the best possible way to put this on paper to get somewhat of a conversation that we put a good list in. But the fact that we're like. Yeah, like, oh, we could have put Psyduck there earlier, but then what's the other thing we would have swapped? Tim McGraw in order, maybe? Like, that's about it. Like, nothing here would have, I think, hurt us. But yeah, folks, thank you for watching. Really appreciate you being here and seeing us put this list together. Did we win this list? You tell us in the comments. Put your own list together. Maybe Swifties, if you're here and you've been this whole time you've been having this in the background, you've been writing on a long couple paragraphs about how we should be taken out back. Hopefully not. Or maybe you're politely, writing why Taylor Swift's amazing. Cool. Still do that. But in addition, I'd ask that you make your own list. So if Taylor Swift is your S, tell us what the other ones are. I want to see your perspective. Do you have Psyduck at least in your top 3? That's maybe we can have some common ground there. We can break bread over that. So let us know in the comments what you thought of this list, what your list would have been, and please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm or supposedly. I haven't seen that really, but I guess it does.
But it can't hurt.
Can't hurt, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is S Rank, the podcast. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you wearing your sweaters while swimming at Target. All right. See you next time.